Burns fighting in the Michelob 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 Arena. He fought there a few years ago. I covered a fight Jamel did a few years ago, and yeah, it was pretty cool, man. I like the Michelob Light Arena. Pretty cool little venue, nice little cozy venue. So it's smaller than it's smaller than the MGM Grand and the T-Mobile, but at full capacity it can hold around at full capacity it can hold around 12,000 people. So but yeah, that's gonna be a good fight. That's gonna be a real good fight between Tim Tszyu and Jamel Charlo. I If I was a gambling man who I think is gonna win the fight, I have to go with Jamel. You just gotta go with Jamel. You gotta give him the benefit of the doubt. But I do think Tim Tszyu is alive. He's a live dog in the fight. I mean, he does have enough power to, you know, he does have enough power to, you know, make Jamel Charlo think. But skill wise, you have to give the skill to, Jamel. But like I said, anything can happen. It's boxing. So had an interesting time covering the weigh-in. I give Tiafimo credit. I mean, he knows how to make an entrance, but he said at the end of the day, he's an entertainer. He's an artist. He say that's his objective. He want people to buy tickets. He want people to come see him. So, he's headlining Madison Square Garden, the real Madison Square Garden, not the Hulu Theater. No disrespect to the Hulu, but he's fighting at the actual Garden against Sandor Martin. The Sandor Martin is a live dog too. Sandor Martin, told me off camera. He said that he says he knows if he beats Teofimo Lopez, he says he knows that he becomes a star, and he said that's what he wants. So we'll just have to see. We'll just have to see. Jihadi Tucker, he didn't make weight, and unfortunately his fight is off. So he's gonna move up. And to be honest with you, they could have had a fight, but there was some stuff that I found out behind the scenes. I'm not gonna say what happened, but they could have had the fight, but they decided not to fight. So that's tough for Jihadi Tucker. And then also Bruce Shushu Carrington, he's not going to be able to fight because basically his opponent had an injury to his eardrum. I think he had something like a busted eardrum, and they didn't tell him. They tried to cover it up, but they was going to go through with the fight anyway. He didn't pass his physical. So basically, they had to pull the plug on the fight. And I could tell Shushu was bummed about it because he was looking forward to getting in the ring. That's why he was looking the way he was looking. He put all that preparation into getting prepared for this fight, training, and, getting ready, making weight. And then to his disappointment, he finds out, I'm talking about the eve of the fight, that he's not going to be able to go. And at the end of the day, it's just very difficult to try to find a replacement fighter on a day's notice. I'm talking about 1 day's notice. I mean, they could have pulled something off, find an opponent on a week's notice, but not on a day's notice. So hopefully we get to see the kid back in the ring. Good dude, good young man, like talking to him. So I wish him the best. So that's unfortunate, but that's the pros and cons of boxing. And Teofimo, like I said, whatever happens tomorrow is going to be interesting. And Jared Anderson, can't wait to see what outfit he's gonna wear to the ring. So I'm looking forward to this. Like I said, it's always cool to come to New York and stuff, hang out in hang out in the city and stuff. So, I never thought that I'd be in New York 3 times in 1 year. I mean, and actually I done been to New York 3 times and less than a 6 month period. I was here in June, then I came back in September, now it's December. so so yeah, three times. So, but NYC is cool. It's not as cold as it was not as cold as I thought it would be. You know, it's cold, but it ain't cold. But yeah, I'm gonna do a video probably letting you guys see what I'm gonna be rocking tomorrow. I decided to do something different, not too different, something within my range shit. But all right, so let's talk about what direction am I gonna go. Let's see. Where should I start? Okay, I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start with Manny Pacquiao. Some people might call this clout chasing. Some people might call this seeking a payday. But Manny Pacquiao out of nowhere basically said that, hey, he's available for Errol Spence or Terrence Crawford. Manny Pacquiao, if I'm not mistaken, Manny Pacquiao will be 44 at the end of the month. Manny Pacquiao's birthday is approaching pretty soon, so Manny Pacquiao is getting up there in age. So, with that being said, Manny Pacquiao looked bad in his last fight. I know Manny has a exhibition match, I think, happening today, maybe right now as we speak, based off, maybe based off the time zone, whatever time it is in the Philippines. So Manny has some kind of exhibition match. But then Manny Pacquiao saying that he's available for Errol Spence or Terrence Crawford. At this point, and I just got to keep it a buck, whether it's Errol Spence, whether it's Terrence Crawford, Manny Pacquiao would get hurt very bad. And you just got to keep it a buck. Both Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford would stop Manny Pacquiao or beat the living hell out of him. If Errol Spence don't beat up Manny Pacquiao, he'll more than likely stop him. I think Terrence Crawford, he's stopping Manny Pacquiao. I think Terrence Crawford knockout streak at 147 continues. I think he stops Manny Pacquiao. I think Errol Spence would stop Manny Pacquiao, but I think Errol Spence might beat Manny Pacquiao up for 12 rounds. I just think Errol Spence would just bully Manny Pacquiao and just push Manny Pacquiao backwards and just tee off on him against the ropes or close to the ropes. I think he would hit Manny Pacquiao with body shots. Manny Pacquiao can't move and throw those punches from those angles like he used to, because like I said, with Manny Pacquiao, how you get out of the way when he's throwing those punches from weird angles, just reset and come back in, or sometimes punch with him, or cover up, use the high guard, and then you can come with an uppercut. So that's how you neutralize Manny Pacquiao. And then based off the fact Manny Pacquiao, he doesn't jab very much. Manny used to like to throw a lot of combinations. So Manny Pacquiao wasn't he was similar to like Roy Jones. He didn't really use the jab to set up his combinations. He would throw combinations, reset, throw a hook, throw a lead left, then throw combinations. Every once in a while, Manny Pacquiao would go to the body, but Manny Pacquiao was mostly a head hunter. But that's okay. That worked for him. I watched Manny Pacquiao fight for years, and that's why That's why when he fought Floyd Mayweather, that's why he was so confused, because what Floyd did is Floyd took away his combinations and Floyd took away his angles. So once Floyd took away his angles, then Manny Pacquiao was neutralized. And then Manny Pacquiao couldn't outbox Floyd in the middle of the ring. Manny Pacquiao was banking on landing something. At the end of the day, it was exactly what it turned out to be, a boxing match, and Floyd just easily outboxed Manny Pacquiao to a decision. But Terrence Crawford would come in there with a mean streak. And when I say Terrence Crawford, man, see, the thing is, with Terrence Crawford know how to throw punches from different angles, where Errol Spence come straight forward, walk a straight line, but at the same time, Errol Spence uses a great jab to set up his body punching. So I just think Errol Spence would just push Manny Pacquiao backwards, and then he would just, he would just impose his will on Manny Pacquiao, hitting him with body shots. And I think either Manny Pacquiao would succumb like in the late rounds, or Errol Spence would just win another dominant 12th round decision, where I think with Terrence Crawford would just catch Manny with something. I think Terrence Crawford would catch Manny lunging in, and I think he would check hook him on the top of his head, and then I think he would drop him, and then I think Terrence Crawford would finish Manny Pacquiao off. I think Terrence Crawford would stop Manny Pacquiao around, I say Terrence Crawford stops Manny Pacquiao maybe around 5 rounds, maybe even sooner. But he will drop Manny Pacquiao, and he'll badly hurt Manny Pacquiao. But I forgot to ask Bernie about that too, because it was a lot going on. Because me and Bernie, me and Bernie the boxer, we was just chilling. We was just chilling in the lounge, and me and Bernie was chopping it up. Me and Bernie talked for about 30 minutes. So, he told me some very interesting stuff, some stuff that I already knew, pertaining to negotiations that he was shocked that I knew. Like, I keep trying to tell you guys, I know more about why this fight fell through than what I'm saying. And for people that don't want to listen, I keep trying to tell you, stop listening to these bonehead content creators that be making up stuff. Like I said, I know what happened, and trying to explain, like I said, it's difficult and it's frustrating trying to explain logic to y'all, because you got these stupid dudes on here talking about that, they not mad at Terrence Crawford, but then they mad at him. That don't make any kind of sense. And then you just seeing these malicious attacks. Yeah, I got like I said, I got a Jerry Jones video coming up. Like, I'm gonna try to get it. I'm gonna try to get it in like tomorrow before I get ready to head to the city. But just stay tuned. That video is coming. But yeah, man, I'm out here on the grind, man. Out here working hard. Like I said, finna get this good content out. So yeah, but that's how I see a fight with Manny Pacquiao versus Errol Spence or Terrence Crawford. He has no chance to beat either one of them. He loses very badly. I think both fights would be a one-sided fight. Just at this point, Manny Pacquiao, he better think twice about trying to get in the ring with either Spence or Crawford, because I think this Manny Pacquiao, you might actually see Manny Pacquiao leave on the stretcher, and Manny Pacquiao playing with his life. Okay, Manny Pacquiao's eyes was swole shut. after he got through fighting Ugas. Manny Pacquiao was temporarily blind for like a week and a half. He couldn't even see, so he wanted to go in there and get battered by Terrence Crawford. So, I mean, all that's gonna happen is, like I said, what's gonna happen is you're gonna have another divide that's gonna be created by the fake goof truths, the fake pro-black content creators. All they gonna do now, like I said, if Errol Spence gets the fight, let's just say they really try to make this fight. Because if I'm not mistaken, Manny Pacquiao, he still may have an option for a fourth fight with the PBC, because I'm trying to think that Manny Pacquiao, when he signed with the PBC, was it a 3-fight deal with an option for a fourth, or it was a 3-fight deal just flat out? All I can say is Manny Pacquiao was guaranteed a minimum of $10 million per fight. You know, like, once again, your guy Al Heyman, he found $10 million to get Manny Pacquiao, but you know, he don't know how much he could pay Terrence Crawford, and he don't want to open up the books. Like I said, at the end of the day, a lot of these dudes just mad because Terrence Crawford flexed on the PBC and he flexed on Al Heyman. And what was cool about it, he flexed on him with a black-owned company. So there you have it. And some people just don't want to listen to logic. Like I keep saying, if the Errol Spence fanboys were so sure that Terrence Crawford was just food for Errol Spence, how come every fight they rooted against Terrence Crawford? They rooted, a lot of these fake content creators, they were rooting for Kell Brook. So, you know, rooting for Kell Brook to beat Terrence Crawford. That didn't happen. They was rooting for Sean Porter. Now, keep in mind, they said Terrence Crawford was ducking Sean Porter. Keep in mind, they saying that Sean Porter was going to beat Terrence Crawford. And then when Terrence Crawford stopped Sean Porter, then the narrative changed. Then they said Sean Porter wasn't who he was. Terrence Crawford retired Sean Porter. He retired him. Well, they got a fight with Adrian Broner. There's supposed to be a announcement. Adrian Broner says he has an announcement. He said he'll be in attendance. I don't want to go into detail because I don't want to open up. But my intentions was for me to cover the Terrence Crawford fight. But some stuff happened. I'm not going to go into details because at the end of the day, I don't want my words twisted. And then people are waiting for me to say something so they can try to twist my words. I want you guys to understand something. Ask yourself this question. Why are people rooting for Black Prime to fail? Why are they rooting for Terrence Crawford to fail? I just want to ask these fake pro-black media content creators, why are you rooting for Terrence Crawford to fail? Why are you rooting for David Avanesian to knock Terrence Crawford out? But like I said before, these dudes been rooting against Terrence Crawford for every fight. Ever since he came into 147 and he demolished Jeff Horn, a fight that people thought was going to be a difficult fight for Terrence Crawford. I'm going to tell y'all right then and there, this is the honest to God truth. Everybody was saying that Jeff Horn was going to be a very difficult fight, and Terrence Crawford may not win that fight. And if he does, he barely wins. And I'm going to tell you something. When people saw how easy Terrence Crawford beat Jeff Horn, that's when the fear struck into some of the Errol Spence fanatics. While they trying to talk up a fight saying that Errol Spence will blow through Terrence Crawford, that's when the fear really started. You notice afterwards, every fight Terrence Crawford had at 147, people was rooting against him because they knew that was the path to Errol Spence. And you seen what happened. Terrence Crawford confronted Errol Spence when they saw him at that other fight. Terrence Crawford walked up to Errol Spence. Errol Spence saw Terrence Crawford. Like I said, this is why I get this is why sometimes I think, well, damn, how bad do Errol Spence want to fight this dude? Is Errol Spence going to pull up tomorrow? They're not expecting, Team Crawford is not expecting Errol Spence to go to Omaha. I mean, Errol Spence says that he don't have a fight now, which more than likely he'll be fighting Keith Thurman. Once again, here's the opportunity for Errol Spence to confront Terrence Crawford. Go to Omaha, confront Terrence Crawford and say, hey, let's get it on. We gonna figure this out. Al gonna call you Monday. We gonna try to set up this fight. But you're not gonna hear that. So like I said, the thing is, the Errol Spence fanboys, they never want to ask that question. And then when you ask that question, they get mad. Oh, he don't have to go. But Terrence Crawford have to go out of his way to reach out to Errol Spence. Like, it's almost like they want Terrence Crawford to get on his knees. And then, like I said, not to mention the funny stuff that was going on with the PBC, because it's a damn shame that I had to sit up there and constantly call the PBC out for not showcasing black fighters on their pay-per-view, and then they finally do it in DC. Hopefully this continues. So at the end of the day, people are going to have to support this upcoming fight with Tank Davis, whether you believe in it or not. At the end of the day, it's Tank in the main event. It's Tank in the main event, and let's just stop faking the funk. We already know Boots Ennis and Demetrius Andrade. These are showcase fights, but that's okay. That's okay. That's setting the tone for future pay-per-view events with them headlining. Maybe afterwards, we'll see what's up with Charlo and Demetrius Andrade. So at the end of the day, with Demetrius Andrade signing with the PBC, let's see, can this fight get made? Because all we didn't heard back and forth about whose fault it is that the fight didn't happen. So now we going to find out once and for all who's responsible for that fight not happening. So, we'll see. But anyway, just wanted to get that in. Thank you for tapping in. Talk to you guys later on. It's your boy Town Biz. I'm out.